Hello, everyone. Can everybody hear me? I'm gonna turn on my camera right now, so please give me a minute. Yes, let me see. Hi, my name is Peggy. So can everyone hear me right now? I'm gonna wait for another 2 minutes to see if anyone's gonna join us. So if you can't hear me or see the screen that I'm sharing right now, let us know in the chat so I can go ahead and fix it. And let us know like how are you feeling today? Where are you based? Okay, so I see that. Okay, things are great. Okay, I'm gonna start right now. And if you guys have any questions, just let me know. So my name is Peggy. I am from the Quire team. We are based in Taipei, Taiwan. I can see that. Mark says that he's based in Canada. So how are you? And so I'm gonna do some housekeeping right now. So throughout the webinar for today, I'm going to keep the microphone muted for everyone. So if you guys have any questions, just let us know in the chat. And I will turn on the recording so right now so I can go ahead and send the recording afterwards. Okay, so it's recorded. Okay. Okay, let us know. So if you have any questions, just let us know in the chat. And if you're using the browser, you can find the chat on the top bar. But if you are using the mobile phone right now, you can find the chat section in the more options down below. And I also have my team member, Vicky, here with me. She will be online to help me answer the questions during the webinar later on. And we will save around 5 to 10 minutes at the end if just to like answer all the questions that you guys may have. Okay, I'm gonna check again if everything's doing good. Okay, so good morning to Sunny. It's actually night. It's 10 p.m. right now in Taipei, Taiwan, where we are based. Okay. So there's also a live captions feature, I believe. So if you don't want to turn on the audio, you can also turn on the live captions in the language and speech options. So this will help like display the captions for if you don't want to like hear my voice. So for today's topic, we're going to share our newest feature, which is the Quire's document view. Okay. So before we go ahead and get started, I would like to hear from everyone, like how many tools or platforms are you currently using at work? So for us at Quire, maybe you guys are using sticky notes or Google spreadsheets or any other tools. But for us at Quire, we use a lot of like variety of different tools at our work. So for example, we use Gmail or GitHub sometimes to, so Quire is basically the one place that we, for our go-to work. So we keep everything organized on Quire for our different teams. So we have different projects set up on Quire, so each team can like stay on the same page. But we would like to know how are you guys working? So I see that one person says, oh, he's working on Office, Google Drive, and Share Docs. Yes. So for example, for our design team or our marketing teams, we have a shared project on Quire. We use that project to keep track of all the visuals that we created for our campaigns, or we keep all the blog posts and all the informations, our marketing materials in that project as well. And we also keep track of our social media posts inside Quire as well. And for our developer team, they use Quire together with GitHub. So if you guys are using any other different tools than Quire, let us know in the chat. We are curious about how you guys are working. Use Discord, Google Workspace. We use Discord sometimes, and also we use Google Workspace as well. Okay. So this is the agenda for today's webinar. I will go ahead and start with a quick introduction on our newest feature, which is Quire's document view. I will show you how it works and how it can be used for planning, writing, and collaborating with your existing projects. And then I will go ahead and walk through some real life use cases to show you like how different teams uses documents to draft their projects or brainstorm ideas or keep everything just aligned with their workflow. And the next fun part, I'm going to show the sneak peek on our upcoming features and our latest features, which is the chat view. And at the end, I'm going to wrap things up with the Q&A session that I promised. So if you guys have any questions, just let us know in the chat. And during the webinar, Vicky will go ahead and help me answer them. But if she doesn't answer, I can go ahead and answer them at the end. Okay, so now I'll go start with the basic introduction of Quire's newest feature, document view. So what is Quire's document? So Quire's document is a flexible and it's a collaborative space where you can create and share rich text content directly inside your project or organization. So it is perfect if you want to draft plans or if you want to brainstorm ideas with your teams or if you want to write detailed reports. You don't need to like leave your workspace. So Quire Document View is now available to all plans, all users. So your team can start right away using it. So the great thing about Quire Document is that there is not a limited space you can add the Quire documents. You can add it across multiple scopes. So for example, you can add it to the projects, folders, or at the smart folder level, and even the organization. So within the project, again, it is perfect if you want to draft plans or keep specific notes all in one place. If you want to add the documents under folders, this can help you like organize related projects, including a shared docs for referencing. And if you want to add the documents inside a smart folder, it's also available. It can allow you to pull tasks from across different projects into one place. And then it can use as a central guide to like show you how you can work. And finally, at the organization level, documents can help you like access across your entire workspace. So it is great if you want to add something like company guidelines or meeting notes across different teams. So wherever you work in Quire, there's a spot for your content to post or to grow. Okay. So to show you how you can create a document, so basically it's very simple. You can go ahead and locate where you want to add your document. So for example, you want to add it inside your project. You can just click on the plus icon in the top bar below the project name. It's shown on screen, and then you can press add document. It's very simple. So once you created a document, you can start adding rich text format content into your documents. So it's also very simple. You can just type / command, and then it will open up a menu, so give you access to everything that you want to add. So you can add, for example, add headings for structuring your content, or you can style your text, for example, bold, italic, or underline it. And you can also add colors. You can also add tables to keep everything organized. So basically, it's a very flexible space to let your format and your to organize your content. And I want to point out, like, if you are working with Quire for a while, you might have noticed that we have shifted from our old Markdown into our more visual and editor, which is the what you see is what you get editor. And for some users, we know that this might be an adjustment, especially for those who loves to use Markdown. But our main goal at Quire is to keep everything easier and more intuitive for everyone. So we also chosen to support some of the common Markdown syntaxes, but at the same time, we want to give everyone a more flexible and convenient experience on editing. So that's why we changed to the what you see is what you get editor. Okay. So another great thing about document is that you can reference tasks within the documents easily. This can help you connect everything together inside your project workspace. So to refer to a task, you can simply type the hash symbol or use the / command that I mentioned earlier inside the document. And then you will see a menu that pops up, and it will hold all the tasks within your project. And next, you just need to select on one of the tasks, and then it will automatically insert a clickable link to the task. So it's quite easy for you to reference the items without needing to like switch back to the main view. Another thing is that you can link to other documents as well in Quire, so everything can stay connected. So for example, if you want to reference past plans or reference to related notes, you can do that as well. So this can all keep everything connected and informative inside Quire. So next, another feature that we have in the document is like keeping your content safe and consistent. So in Quire, you can actually lock the document to prevent other members from accidentally making the changes. So if you are using Quire collaboratively with your team members, it's very useful for your finalized plans or relative important notes if you don't want anybody else to edit it by mistake. So you can find the lock item at the top More Options menu in the document. So once the document is locked, if you need to update something, you can temporarily unlock the document. So it will make it more easier for quick edits. It's very simple for you to maintain the control over all the content while staying very flexible. Okay, so next up, you can also share the documents with different team members. So when creating the document, you can choose like who you want to share it with. So this can give you like full control over the visibility and all the access. So there's a few options actually in the menu. You can share the documents with your project members, or if you want to limit to the project admins only, or if you want to choose a specific members, or even just choose yourself to keep it private to yourself if you're still have something that you're still working on. So this makes it more flexible and makes it more easy to manage relative sensitive information. You can keep privately drafting your ideas, or if you want to collaborate with the right people. Okay. And I want to point out that another great feature in Quire document is there's a ability to let you insert live data using the formulas feature function. So when you're creating or editing on a document, you can type the slash symbol, like I mentioned earlier, to quickly insert a formula. So for example, if you want to insert the task count, or if you want to insert progress summaries or other key information from your project, you can do that with adding formulas in the document. So the best part about this is that these values that you added to your document, they are automatically updated based on the live data that are existed in your list view or in your board view. So this way, your document can always reflect the latest information, the newest information without you having to like update it manually every time. It's a simple way to keep your reports or plans accurate and up to date. Okay, so right now I will pause here for a quick moment. So you guys, if you have any questions, you can let us know. I already see that there are some questions popping up. Okay, I'll go ahead and go over to see if Vicky answered all of them. Okay, so if there's not any other questions, I'll go ahead and move on to our to the webinar, to the next part. Okay, so I've covered the basics for the document view, and now I'm going to share you how you can use documents in the real life scenarios. I'll go through some basic and few practical examples later on to show you how you can use documents with together with your teams, or whether if you're planning or if you're collaborating, just to keep everybody on the same page. Okay, so first, one of the great ways to use document is to use it for weekly meeting notes. So this can help like to keep everything organized and provide a clear record of what you have guys discussed, or what decisions was made, and also the action items that needs to be moving forward. You can use it to track the action items and to track who is responsible for what items. You can also use the reference feature that I mentioned earlier, which is to type in the hash symbol inside your document to reference directly to the tasks within your main view. It can help you like create a clickable links, so you can go just click on the link and then take you to the task. So everything will keep very stays the line inside your document, and you can find who's responsible for what. And another example for using documents is that you can use it as creating a product FAQs page. So if your product team is using Quire to manage a new product that you're building, if you're working on new features or updates or launches, you guys can build a central FAQs document inside Quire. This way it can provide an answer to all the common questions among your team members. So it can help to like explain the frequently asked questions about your product features, the functionality, or even the pricing or policies. So this can help like keep everything organized in one place and also up to date. And another way to use Quire documents is to build your company's wiki inside Quire. So you can turn the document into a single place where your team can access all the important information that you need. Um, you can build this document at the organization level, like I mentioned earlier. So it can serve as a single source of truth for everyone among your team members. So everyone can stay up to date and keep all the information accurate. It's also very helpful if you guys are hiring new people into your team. You can help. It can help them to keep up to speed and provide them with like easy access over the company's policies or the team structures and even other important information. So another great way to use Quire documents is to help keep tracks of KPIs. So this is a great way to help manage work allocations across your teams. So if you're working, like for example, working in product or in developer team or in marketing team, you can use documents to keep track of how well your team is using or performing against the main goals. You can see a clear view of the progress and helps identify which areas need to like be focused on more. It can also provide insights on based on the real data, like I mentioned, using formulas. So you can make decisions informally and um, optimize your strategies. So another great way to use Quire document is use it as a blog post template. So this is somehow used more uh, regularly by the marketing team. It can help to ensure that every blog post posted by the marketing team follows a consistent structure um, and writing tone. So it's very important to keep all the branding and the readability together in one place. So in Quire document, you can also include, like, for example, the SEO practices, so it can help optimize the searches for the blog posts. So for the last example, the Quire documents can be used as a place to help build a help center or an internal how-to for your guide. So this is helpful if for like the team has any new team members added or hired. It can give them quick access to the important informations or the tools that the team are using. And you can use the document view to list out all the templates or the company documentation, product documentations to help them get up to speed. And in here, you can also clarify like who's responsible for what and where teammates should go if they need any support or need to have any decision made. So this way you can have a like a centralized help place or help center inside Quire to keep everything and everyone aligned. Okay, so that wraps up the examples of how you can use Quire in the real life scenarios. I hope that gave you some inspiration on how you can use documents for your team, for your workflows. And now I will go ahead and share some of the new features that we have added recently. So one of the newest feature that we have actually added today, is the chat function. So you can now create different chat channels within your project. So basically, it can give for example, it can give a more easy way to help your team members communicate and ask quick questions or stay aligned. So basically, you can have different chat channels directly inside your project. It can help cut down the time to switch between different tools. So also you can have the chat channels dedicated for different teams or for different ideas. If you want a specific space to talk about new ideas, and create another chat channel to have discussions about different topics. And another update that we rolled out a while ago is the new Google Calendar sync with Quire. So basically, this feature allows you to sync Google Calendar events into Quire as tasks. So you can see all the scheduled tasks in one place. But it's important that I want to point out that this is only a one-way sync from Google Calendar to Quire, and it's only available for premium and enterprise plan. Um, but this is an addition to the already existing one-way sync that we already have, which is another way around, which allows you to sync from Quire to Google Calendar. And for this feature, another quick tip is that you can create, if like, for example, if you're managing different projects, multiple projects at the same time, you can create the different calendar inside Google first, and then sync it up with Quire. So you can keep one calendar to one project and help you manage different projects separately. So for now, if you guys have any questions, you can let us know. Okay, so we're going through some of the questions right now. I see one question. I will read it out right now. So, when working alone on a project where the comment mode is preferred over chat, is it possible to keep displaying the messages in message view rather than in chat format? Um, I'm not entirely sure on what this question means, but for my understanding, we have changed all the display for the comments in consistency to the chat feature that we have just released. So if you're referring to how the comment is displayed or showed in your project, I believe the answer will be that it is now displayed in a chat, in a message format, so it will be left, right, left, right. So I'm not sure if I have answered that question entirely, but if not, you can let me know again in the chat. And I see another question. What exactly is synced with Google Calendar? Okay, I see that Vicky already answered the question. So for time, I will go ahead for the webinar for the next part. So for the next part is a quick sneak peek of what we are currently working on. We are constantly making improvements and enhancements in the Quire to help better support your projects and your workflow. So for the next part is a little sneak peek of what our team is currently working on. So one of the exciting new features that we are working on right now is actually the dashboards and charts inside Quire. So basically the idea for this is to let you select the data that you want and configure your own customized charts, and then insert them into the document view and also in tasks descriptions. So the main purpose for this feature is to help you quickly see like whether your project is on track, or to see to like, for example, show the percentage of work and build your own customizable charts. Besides the charts that we already provided inside the project overview and also in the organization overview page. So we hope that this feature can help like our users to make better decisions faster and make your documents more dynamic and insightful for your team members. So that wraps up for my entire demo for today, and then for the introduction of the new feature. Now I'll go ahead and move on to the Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, you can let us know in the chat. And I have also prepared some of the questions for the questions that some of our users frequently ask us, just to give you an insight. But if you guys have any questions right now, you can go ahead and put them in the chat section. And now Vicky will help me put a link for a survey in the chat. So while waiting for the questions that you guys may have, if you don't have any, you can take some time to help us quickly fill out the feedback survey quickly. This can help us learn more about what you think about the new feature, the document feature, the chat feature, and or about our webinar. So I see that, okay, Vicky has already put the link for the survey. So as a little thank you, we are holding a small raffle afterwards, after the webinar ends, to for those who will help us complete the raffle, complete the survey, we will choose one that can win the gift card. So this is just a little thank you for joining us and helping us answer the questions. Okay, so I see question is that show us how to open a chat. Okay, I will go ahead and share the screen. So right now, I believe you're seeing the Quire workspace. So basically, this is the Quire workspace. This is a sample project. How you're going to add a chat feature is to go ahead and click on the add icon again inside at the top bar, like you're adding the new document, and you'll find add chat. And you can just type in a new name for the chat channel, for example, chat. And then you can share with your team members, all the team members, or if you want to share with the admins only, or the selected members that you would like. And also there's a way to share the new chat channel with the external teams if you already added some external teams inside your project. So after you have selected what you want, you can just click on create. no, this is already, okay, chat 2, for example, like this, and then add create. So now you will see this is a whole blank space, a blank chat channel for you to start your conversation with your team. So it's like adding new messages underneath. Okay, so this is the way on how you can create the chat channel and go ahead and start conversations. Okay, I see another question. I'll read it out first. Is it correct that chat sublist documents and chats will all show along the top header row in the platform? Yes, that is correct. It will all show at the top bar. So for sublists and for documents and for the chat channels. And is there a way to access them differently, especially if there are multiple documents and chat? I'm not sure what it means, but it's all shown here, so you can find all the different tabs at the top bar. If you have if it overflows, you will find the other all the tabs inside this menu. I hope that answered the question. Are there any other questions for us for the chat or for documents? If you have a lot of docs and chat, it will hard to follow. It will go to the. Okay, I know that. I will pass them on to our product team. Thank you for sharing your feedback. But for now, they're all like shown separately on the top menu, not menu, but top bar. I'll go back to the slide, and if you guys still have any questions, you can still let us know. But first, I will share some of the questions that other users frequently ask us, and I will answer them first and share some insights. But if you still have any questions, you can still let us know. Okay, so for the first question, it's that we get a lot is that a lot of people want to know, like, is there any templates that can be used as reference when they start their first project? So actually there is. We have added a new template, ready to use template place. You can access this page to browse all of the Quire ready to use templates that we have already built. How to find it is you can go ahead to the question mark icon at the upper right corner where you normally message us if you have any questions. You can also find the template icon right there. So from there, you can go ahead and browse to see what you may like and select the template that suits your need. So this way, it can help you quickly to save time, actually, to avoid setting up the project in the first try. If you want to use the template directly, you can add it by duplicating the template project that we built inside to your organization. So you can find the drop-down menu next to the project, the template project that you want, and then you can go ahead into more and to duplicate. Then it will have a menu to pop up. You can choose the organization that you want to add it to. Then it will duplicate a whole, like the same project into your organization. So this way it can quickly help you get started without having to build the project from scratch. And another question that we get a lot from our users before is that they want to know, like, is there a way to see all the tasks across one organization in one place? So actually there is. If you're new to Quire, we have two levels, right? We have the Quire organization and also we have the Quire projects. So you can have a whole one view place to see all the tasks across your organization at the organization overview page. So for example, I will go ahead and switch back to the Quire workspace. You can first find your Quire organization. I will go ahead and use the Quire templates organization for my example. Here you will see the overview page, but if you click on the list, you can see all the entire task list for all the projects underneath this organization. So this place is actually a great place for you to filter, use the filter bar and to narrow down what you want to see and have for example to check which team member has over workload or if they're not working on anything by their due time. So besides having one place to see all the different tasks inside one organization, a lot of people are curious if they want to see an organized one place for all the tasks from different projects in different organizations. So yes, there is a way to view all the tasks across different organizations. Actually, you can build a smart folder and then choose what projects from different organizations and add them into one space. So I'll go ahead and show you again. So you can find the add icon at the works upper right corner, and there's a button for you to add a smart folder. And here you can name the smart folder, for example, adding like this, and then select what you want, like for example, what projects for you to add. So you can choose projects from different organizations, so you can have a whole view of different types. So lastly, if you ever have any questions or any feedback that you want to share with us while you are working in Quire, you can use the message feature where you can find it is to go ahead and click on the question mark icon again. There's a message button. You can type in the questions and reach out to us directly there. Or you can use the feedback at quire.io email to reach out to us. Okay, so Vicky is telling me that the chat function inside the Microsoft Teams for the webinar right now is probably lagging. If you guys have any questions that you cannot type in the chat, you can let us know in the Q&A. Okay, so before we end today's our webinar, I want to point out some of the resources that we have if you want to check it out on your own. We have the feedback community. If you want to ask questions or share your ideas, you can reach out to us, join the feedback community, and connect with other users. If you want to read more about Quire basics features, you can find it in the Quire tutorial. If you want to read more about how you can use Quire, some of the use cases, you can find them in the blog. And of course, there's a guide for all the documentations on all the features that you can find inside Quire. And if you want to revisit any of the topics that we have held before for all the webinars, you can find them on our YouTube channel. Just go into YouTube and type in search for Quire, and then we have a playlist on all the past YouTube webinar recordings over there. Okay, so here, again, Vicky will help me post the link for our survey, quick survey in the chat section. Please kindly help us fill out the survey because your feedback will help us improve no matter it's for our feature or for this webinar. And again, for a little thank you, we will hold a raffle for those who help us complete the survey, and you might win a gift card. And if you have any other questions, you can help us. You can reach out to us by reaching out to us using the message or using the feedback at io.io email. I see that there are some people who are still asking us some questions. I will go ahead and go through them quickly right now. So if I miss anything, you can still let us know in the chat. And I'm opening up some poll questions for right now. If you see them in the chat, just help us click on the answers quickly. Thank you. Okay, so I see one question. I see one question inside the Q&A. I'll read that out right now. Is it possible to record work time per tasks? So yes, this is possible. We actually have a time tracking feature inside Quire. There's a built-in timer. I can show you quickly if you want to see it right now. But basically, I'll go back to the... So for each task, there is a place where you can record the time spent. You have to open up the detail panel first, and then there's a section for you to see all the time spent right here. There is a way to add a new entry manually right here, and then you can record how much time you spend on this task. This is one way to add it. But if you want to use the built-in timer, there's actually a timer up here at the add icon, and then you can press track time. So this will open up a timer. You can choose between stopwatch and Pomodoro timer based on what you need, and you can start tracking the time. So I hope that answered this question. So if you guys are still online and if there's no more questions, I want to say thank you for joining us. And please help us fill out the survey. And thank you for joining us. Thank you. Bye.